do you do when you discover that your people aren't telling you the truth? Or certainly they're not sharing things that they're unhappy with. There's multiple ways you can go on that. But I had this with an operations director I've been working with. She discovered, and upset isn't the right word, but she was a bit frustrated to find out that people weren't happy with certain aspects of the organization. And one of them was specifically to do with flexible working. And not that people were unhappy with it so much as that they just weren't communicating to the organization that that was something that was a concern for them. And I think there was a piece about thinking that employees understood that in this industry there was a very limited amount of things that people could do in that space because of the way the business worked. But it was more frustrating for her that people weren't sharing that it was a real frustration, and to work on what they could do in that organization and flex things as much as they could. And that can happen. You think you've got an environment where people can be open and feel safe. And not everybody feels that, and not everybody's sure that they have a mandate to do that. And that was a real eye-opener for this operations director. And she was really clued in, very switched on. She was not just, going with the flow. She was very, very proactive. And we got to work together, and we put in a whole program, leadership development program for the senior leadership team and management team in order to manage some of that. But it got me thinking about other organizations. And so if that's you, if you're in the space where you're frustrated that people aren't sharing, candidly with you, or that you think you would like more feedback, more information, better communication with your team, do have a think about what you can do practically in that scenario, because we've been able to do some work that has dramatically shifted how things are done in that organization in a really short space of time. It doesn't have to be the way it is today. You can put things in place to radically change how you're communicating, how you're leading, and what happens in that organization. So you just take all those blockers out of the way, you deal with them, you move on, you keep the great people. Those are all the things that you want as a leader and that I want for your organization too. If you fancy a conversation around that, get in contact with me.